It's been a really crappy week of duck hunting, that's for sure. So I'm gonna basically just kind of mash up this whole week of duck hunting into one video because it's been that bad. Before I get into all the hunting and explaining this whole week, I want to just kind of explain why this is happening for all of you new duck hunters out there who maybe this is like your first season or whatever, and you're just like, man, this kind of sucks. What's going on? So this isn't necessarily true for everybody. Some people are just absolutely slaying the birds right now and doing an awesome job, but some of us are struggling really hard. And so different flyways might have different things going on. The Atlantic, the Mississippi, the Central, and the Pacific. Those are the 4 flyways across North America. But me, I'm kind of like right on the border of the Mississippi and the Central flyway. So I just kind of get stragglers from both sides. I'm not like in the main flight path. As of right now, we have not really got a big push of birds this whole season. We've had some birds just kind of trickling through, and there hasn't been like a big push of boom, mallards and geese are here. That's not happening around. They're all up north in like Minnesota or something. So the reason behind this and the reason why we don't have birds right now is because it's not cold. It's freaking 50 degrees outside right now, and you know the birds. What birds we do have, they're hard to hunt because they're stale and they know where to go. And they've heard calling from the same marsh every single day that they fly over it. I've realized this on Saturday. So taking all this and putting it just into a big brick here, it's really warm, there's no migration, and the birds that have migrated are stale and they know where to go. They're moving before and after shooting hours. So that's kind of the boots that I'm sitting in right now. Just because the birds are stale and you know there's no migration doesn't mean I'm gonna not go out and not hunt. So on Sunday, on Saturday we shot those geese in that video. The following Sunday we went out to that same field because we scouted and that evening, and we were like, dude, there's more birds in this field. Why not go and give it a shot? So that Sunday we went out to that field and tried. The sucky part is what birds did come over us did not commit. We didn't have any birds just cup into the decoys. We had birds flying, but they either saw the blinds or they didn't like something, or they had something else on their mind, and I don't know. It was just kind of a bad deal there. So we sat there for all morning, we picked up and we went back. And that evening we went out to a farm pond to try and kill some ducks, okay? And so we've been scouting this pond for a while now. We know there's ducks using it and so on and so forth. Well, we get down to that pond on Sunday night and we set up. Everything's kind of looking good, and you know the wind, we're kind of more hunting a crosswind. We didn't really think of it too hard. We just kind of threw decoys in the pond and set the blinds up and saw what happened. So ducks came in and they landed on the very other side of the pond. Perfect, right? No. Those birds, they were a little bit out of my comfortable shooting range, but we got one duck that day. We shot one. We didn't get skunked. We shot him out of Drake. So that was good. Sunday was just field hunt, farm pond. We shot one duck. Okay, time to go back to the marsh. Tuesday rolls around. We took Monday off. We had school. We did that. Tuesday comes around. We go scouting. Luke and I go scouting in the morning. We're going to go check out all the public marshes and see what's happening. So we get up early. We go out, get there around shooting hours, and you know we're driving down by the refuge, and we just see a bunch of snow geese flying over. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. But we keep driving and checking out all these other places. One, there's a lot of people, and two, there's no ducks flying. So I was like, crap. There's no birds flying over the marshes, and nobody's shooting, and there's tons of people out here. There should be shots, there should be birds moving, but there wasn't. And so I was like, okay, let's stop wasting our time. We know there's no birds here. They're not flying right now. Maybe it's an evening spot, maybe, I don't know. But we need to stop wasting our time right now and go check out some other places that might be better. So that's what we do. We keep driving and we head on down to the other wildlife area that we hunt. Check out those marshes. Well, it looked okay. we didn't see any birds on the refuge. We didn't really see any birds anywhere. So we kept driving. We checked out all the marshes, and we get to our last marsh, and we're like, okay, let's check this one out. You know, just hopefully something will be using this marsh right now. Well, we go out there, and there are some ducks. There were some mallards and some teal. I was like, okay, cool. Let's just hunt here tomorrow morning. It's the best thing we've seen all day. There's actually birds here. Wednesday rolls around. Adam's here, and I'm like, okay, cool. Let's go shoot some ducks in this marsh that I scouted yesterday, and you know, there's ducks. So when Adam comes, it takes him about 2 hours to get here, and I like to put him on birds. So that didn't really happen. And for those of you guys who don't know, Adam and I went to high school together, so we're pretty tight. We go back a little ways, but we get to the marsh at like 4 o'clock, and there's somebody there. So I'm like, okay, perfect. This marsh can really only hold 2 groups, and they're going to the spot that we wanted to go to. So we head on way back in the marsh to the other spot that we can hunt, because there's like not much water. There's a lot of vegetation, so it's just kind of a mess up there. But long story short on that one is I shot a mallard hen, and that was it. That was the only duck we shot that day, and we had some old guys set up on us, so that was cool. But didn't get skunked, so there's a plus. The next day was Thanksgiving, so I didn't hunt on Thanksgiving. I had family stuff. And then Friday, I scouted. I went down and scouted, and I checked out some other places that are a little farther away. I'm just kind of broadening out, looking for other places that might be better than what we have right now around here. But I went out, and I'm like, no, this is not good. This is, you know, all the birds are flying after shooting hours. They're roosting up, so I'm like, okay, perfect. We're not hunting here tomorrow. So I pitched this idea to Luke, and I was like, okay, hey, what do you think about driving all the way down there to Merzine, because they've got 40,000 birds. It's about a little over a 2-hour drive for us to get there, so we made the bright idea to drive down to Merzine. 40,000 birds on the report. That looked pretty darn good for us. We were like, okay, I've never really even seen a report that says 40,000 birds before, so let's give it a go. You know, it's worth a shot. The birds are going to be around, so you know, there's something to bank on. And that day did not go as planned either. It was a little colder in the morning than I expected it to be, but it wasn't like super chilly. I mean, I was just wearing like a base layer and then my Sitka zip tee, and that was it. I got a little bit chilly, but like I warmed up, so it wasn't cold. We had some groups come by us now at Merzine, and we missed quite a few shot opportunities. It was just a weird situation we were in, just kind of with the setup that we had. Probably not the best idea. We should have set up behind where we were on dry ground, and then anyways, doesn't matter. I can't change that. And then we drove to Buffalo Wild Wings. That was probably the best part of the week. We went and ate Buffalo Wild Wings for lunch, and had some brewskis and had some wings, and it was pretty great. So that was last week, and we got back home from Buffalo Wild Wings because we up in Kansas City, and then we came back. So we get back here, and Luke and I just go to sleep, and I slept for 16 hours, and Luke slept for 24 hours. We were a little bit tired. It's been a long week, and I'm just hoping that we get some colder weather to come through with some north winds and bringing birds. That's what we need, and you know, until that happens, I don't know how many birds we're gonna kill or how many hunting videos I'm gonna make. I appreciate all the support from you guys, and I hope you guys understand that this is like nothing that I can control, and I'm trying my best. Like, I drove 400 plus miles this week just in scouting, trying to find birds. So, you know, we're trying, but there's nothing we can do until the cold fronts come through. It's looking like the cold fronts really aren't going to be pushing through until about mid-December, which really, really, really sucks, because December is normally like the hot time of year for us. It's going to be like getting it on, just bam, bam, mallards everywhere, but not this year. Every year's different, so, you know, hopefully cold fronts will push through and the weather reports are wrong and we get some birds to come through. That's all we can hope for. And so I didn't want to make individual videos of all these hunts because, one, they were terrible hunts, but they weren't bad. Okay, so like they're terrible from like a video aspect of like getting shooting a bunch of birds and having that. But it was fun getting into the field and being with my friends and all that stuff. Like the stuff that I appreciate and stuff that you guys probably don't appreciate as much when you're just watching a video, if that makes any sense. So like it was a sucky hunt by the fact that you guys don't get like a badass hunt to watch, but it was a good hunt for me because I got to spend time with my friends. That was this past week. If you want to follow me on my social media, I've got Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. I'm most active on Snapchat and Instagram. If you need to send me a message, you can send me an email, you can send me a Snapchat, you can send me a tweet, you can send me a, well, you can send me a message on everything and I'll probably get it eventually. Fan mail. If you guys want to send me fan mail, my P.O Box is in the description. I haven't really been getting much at all lately, so I figured I'd remind you if you guys want to send me something, it's there, it's available for you. Also, if you want to pick up a one of these hats, or one of these hats, or one of these, my hair is wild right now. Oh, we're gonna go with the heather gray and black now. But if you want to pick one up, go to mallywhackeroutfitters.com and check it out. We got hats, hoodies, shirts, decals. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys get on some birds here pretty soon if you're struggling like I am. But sometimes it just takes a little bit of time, and you just gotta wait for the birds to show up. That's all. Sometimes that's all you gotta do. But that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll catch you on the next one.